Oh, I think I'm live. Start the Covi update. Things are bad. Big lockdowns everywhere. You'll see here joining here. Actually, we need to do the audio. How's the audio? Oh. I think I'm talking. Okay, I think I can talk much later, softer. Alright, is it working? Alright, looks like it's working, folks. Okay, we got hello, Nick. Alright, we can't be too safe. It's we're in great danger. Great danger. But I just wanted to give you a nice little update here. What's happening here in the Duck Adventure? Not much. The Covi lockdown can't be too safe out there. They're suggesting that you might all stay in the house. So just stay apart. So now I'm going to try to read the chat here. How's everyone doing? Oh, we got people showing up. I'm ready for a Covi attack. It's hard to hear. If I talk too loud, though, it gets distorted. I gotta be careful. Can't understand what I'm saying. Okay, I think I know it. I could die if I take this off.
I'm thinking that's probably better, right? I've probably just infected myself. Is it better? All right. Good. Well, I think I can take off the attire, right? Oh, the Covi hoax, folks. So, who's getting their vaccine? Oh, this thing gets hot quick. Well, they said that you should wear a mask in your house. That's what they're saying. That's what Bill Gates is telling me, and I listen to Bill all the time. Oh. Yeah, I'm still in Canada. I am. Trust me, I am. No. No, we had snow, but then it melted. It's maybe about 2 inches on the ground. We got some serious cold coming though. Serious cold. 24 below, not tomorrow. I think tomorrow night's 24 below. No. The mask at home. That's what they told me. The government said to wear a mask at home. So I'm being a good little sheeple. I wear a mask. All the time. I sleep with it. I wonder if I can wear this. And my glasses. All right. So, can you hear me? Do we still got audio? Give me a thumbs up there on the audio, or a 5x5 or whatever the hell they call it there. So, they say you should wear a mask at home. Sounds bad, eh? You can hear me? All right, enough of the malarkey. Enough of the malarkey here. Let's get on with this here. Some real talkings. So, what's everybody up to? Let me get there. I got the screen happening here in front of me, so I can read the chat. What do I got happening? All right. Doug's underneath the desk. Doug, are you gonna come out and say hi to everybody? Come on out. Come on out here. All right. There's the dog, eh? Under the desk. Okay. Doug, wrong side. Over here. Come here for a treat there, puppy. Oh, look at this. Oh, Doug. All right. Look at that little brown dog with a white face, eh? Look at him. Look at him. All right. Look at that little pup. Little pup's hurting. He's a hurting dog. All right. The little hurting dog. Hey, the poor little dog. Hey, just, oh, I know. Doug's shoulder is seriously hurting. He's officially absolutely crippled. Can't run. If he runs, he pays for it for days. Days and days and days. Eh, Doug? Life sucks, doesn't it? Except for treats. Loves this kangaroo, as you can tell. All right. Yeah, he's a handsome dog. Oh. Oh, no, get a vaccine. You know, get a vaccine. Get a vaccine and become a flipper child. You know. I got to be pro-vaccine or I'll get banned off of YouTube. Okay, so everybody take their shot. And the election was legit. Okay, so just to make sure we got that straight, YouTube, because I don't want to get banned. I'm pro-vaccine and I'm pro-election. Right, Doug? Right, we're good little sheep, aren't we? All right, we would never go against the establishment. Oh, right, Doug? Doug's going to get the vaccine too. So, right, Doug? Because, you know, I heard in Texas, they're now going around door to door testing pets. The 2 cats in Texas were diagnosed with Covi. So pets are next. They're going to ban pets, which I'm pro-ban pets because I don't want to get banned off of YouTube. Right, Doug? Right? Yeah, we'll leave the country before they get Doug. Trust me on that one. Right? We'll if we have to, we'll be stowaways on a ship. Right? We can take everybody else's dog, but they're not taking mine. Sit. All we have is crumbs for Doug today because that's life now. It's just crumbs. Oh. It's just crumbs, eh? Hey, come on, eat faster. No. Yes, the ducks can get Covi. Chickens can get Covi. There's not much that can't get Covi. I heard that even there was a test, some applesauce in France was tested with the antigen test, and it came up positive for Covi. So even applesauce in those little containers is dangerous. There's not much that can't get Covi, folks. It's pretty serious out there. You know, it isn't a laughing matter. You know, you should wear a mask in the house. I just took mine off now as I'm doing the live stream, but normally I wear my mask all the time. Right, Doug? All right, that's right. Everything.
Covi's everywhere, folks. You can't be too careful. Yeah, it's really everywhere. They say up here in Canada, it's like absolutely everywhere. Everywhere. Like, they're really worried because it's like in every corner and crack and crevice, and it's like, it's everywhere. I'm worried. Oh. Okay, I got a smudge on my glass here. I can't. Bear with me, folks. It was hard with all the props today doing this here. All right, we have the dog, eh? He's only sticking around because of the potential of getting more treats. It's not because he likes me. Nothing. No interest in the house yet. No. Lynn, everybody's dumb, according to the government. Everybody's dumb. We're all dumb. Ducks are even dumber. Oh. No, I haven't heard about America Cold. My house in Venezuela, they're still working on it. Well, they just finished, actually. Just finished, how long ago? I had to send some money down there. I'm trying to think here. What was it? They finished... God, it's a blur. They finished about, I think 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, they finished. No, I posted pictures on WhatsApp. Oh, about 26 pictures, actually, on WhatsApp. Oh, I think I have to reshare them for new people because as old people say, or new people say they can't see the old posts. So, oh, we have a Covidian in the chat. Somebody new. Oh. 10%, but there is a group of 10% idiots who are attending illegal parties. So parties are illegal now. Well, do you know why COVID is everywhere? Because 90% stick to the rules, like wearing masks at home. I never wear a mask, Jamboree. I never wear a mask. Ever. Rules for COVIDians. I'm a COVIDian idiot. So I don't wear a mask ever. And I have no problem taking grief from people because I don't care. Oh. You think I wear this? Then you think I wear this? This is for spray painting toxic chemical paints. This is not to protect you from COVID. Oh my God, Jamboree! You must be new to the channel. You don't get my sarcasm, at all. Oh. Do you think I'll walk around with a Tyvek suit with spray painted Sweden on it to try to send some kind of public message? I did wear to the grocery store. I did wear the COVID Tyvek suit with the respirator and the blue gloves. Did it all. And now one person looked at me. They just thought it was normal. I was like, my God, we're doomed. We're doomed. They think that's normal. Oh. I had to go to Walmart on Monday or Tuesday. Monday. I had to go to Walmart on Monday and walk through the whole store to get an HDMI cable because I broke mine. And I was the only person in the store without a mask. And I got lots of really good looks. Oh. Well, Lynn, I bought this. This is okay. So I'll tell you the story behind this because I have respirators for spray paint, but this was purchased in March when I got back from Venezuela and all those videos of people dropping dead in the streets in China, and I was watching those videos thinking, wow, maybe this is real. Maybe there's like some kind of bubonic plague going to sweep the earth and we're going to die. So I bought myself a half a dozen Tyvek suits, 100 pack of gloves, and this with the proper respirator filters. There's no filters on this if you notice. And because I said, just in case, it comes to the point that we got to go to the store and you like, because I consider a virus like spray paint, okay? It's everywhere. So you need to protect yourself as if you were spray painting in a paint booth. So I bought all the proper equipment so I could go to the grocery store. I even got a little pump bottle with the chlorine to detox or decontaminate my suit outside and the whole bit. But it didn't take long during the month of March for me to realize that all the videos coming out of China were a hoax and people weren't dropping dead on the street, and I never got to use this other than for sarcasm in the grocery store. So that's why it looks like brand new, is because it's strictly for sarcasm. Paper masks, yeah. Well, I have proper respirators, like the actual, just the face version of like just this piece here for doing work, like insulation, dust, dry sand and drywall, simple things like that. And paper masks, they don't work unless you like to choke. Because every time I've ever done a dirty job with paper masks, I've only lasted like less than 5-6 minutes, and then I start realizing I'm sucking in all the dust. So then I go get my proper respirator with proper filters. So. Yes, China has landed in Canada. We have welcomed them into the country, the military. The Chinese military are here. But it's mostly peaceful. Non-surgical masks are good for sanding drywall for about 5 minutes. So. Hello, Carol. Carl, right? All right, any questions? All right, I'm looking for question marks in the chat here. Yeah, okay, I've answered that about the joke. I haven't made a batch. Actually, you know what? I'm down to my last quiche. I have one quiche left. I've been eating a lot of chicken because I just had an awesome amount of chicken. Chicken and no apple crisp. I haven't had an apple crisp since August because my apple tree this year didn't produce squat. It was the off year. See, last year I screwed up because I thought I was leaving the country, so I didn't do a big harvest on the apple tree. And my apple tree is a biannual every second year, or because I don't know what would be every second year. It wouldn't be a biannual, it'd be twice a year. So it'd be like, well, it's every second year, anyways. Every second year, it produces. And I didn't harvest last year, and because I thought I was leaving the country. And then this year it didn't have apples, and I'm here. So I have 12 females, 2 males, Frank and Rico, and I have 10 geese left. So how are my plans to get back in Venezuela? Right now, Carl, I'm a prisoner. I ain't going nowhere. I'm in Covi prison. Actually, I can take you out. Actually, let's do that. Let's go over and give everybody a little duck view here, because right now they're all sitting outside, and I can do the croc thing in the snow here. My feet get wet. It won't be the end of the world. I can handle it. It's cold though. All right, we'll give you a duck. Okay, how do you flip the camera on this here? I got the wrong side there. Okay. Okay. All right. Hey, ducks. Peoples want to see you. Oh, maybe I could do it from up here. Hang on. The problem is I'm on the Wi-Fi on the house. I'll see if I can do it from up here, because I can't go to the pen. Okay. Go be careful, I'm slippery. All right, I'm back. See if it works. Am I working? Am I live? Is it working? What's going on here? I think I lost the internet. Am I live, folks? Is it working? Hang on here. Oh yeah, okay, I'm working. All right. No, it's just I lost connection when I was out the internet. I went to the wheel was spinning. It said reconnecting because my Wi-Fi is in the living room, so I'm in the back room. No, everything's frozen here. I'll give you a shot. It's winter, folks. It's going to be 24 below tomorrow. See? It's winter wonderland. See, that's ice out there, just so you know. See? That's no longer water. Okay? It's what happens when the temperature goes below zero. It solidifies, becomes a solid mass. It's amazing, that water. To drive to Venezuela? No. Well, you could, if you want to go on a really crazy adventure through Central America. The Death Alley between Panama and Colombia, it would be, you'd have to have four-wheel drive. Couldn't take the car. And you'd have to have, you need a translator, and you need some guns. Or it'd be a trick to do it. Not my idea. I'd be better off taking a ship, stow away on a ship. No. All right. North central Venezuela. Mucho calor. I don't know what mucho calor is. I can't do live streams 24/7 because I gave up my my internet. I don't have the internet. Oh, okay, very hot. Mucho calor is hot, sorry. In northern, I know. I look at my weather every day, and it sucks compared to what I'm living. If I was a high value citizen, I could travel freely around the world without doing quarantine. But I'm not a high value citizen. If I could get that designation, I could. Maybe if I got the government, I'd have to bribe somebody in the government to get that one. Or just be a billionaire. Or I could be like Bill Gates, wear a mask. Other than that. It's pretty crazy what's going on, folks. Pretty crazy. It is. I can't believe it. I told people that this was going to happen. I said this is what's going to happen this fall. And I'm sort of freaking myself out now because my predictions have come true. I nailed it actually on my predictions. No. How will the Great Reset affect Venezuela? Well, they won't even notice it happened. That's the thing about it. Ironically, the place to hide with this whole crop storm that's coming for us is in a country that has no resources to invade your life. And Venezuela doesn't have the resources to invade your life like our government does. It's ironic that I can't wait to get there and just sit up in the mountains in the farm and watch it all unfold from a great distance on a limited basis too, because I'm going a little bit crazy. We're going into lockdown tonight, not here, right, in my area, but they've cranked up every area to the next level as of midnight tonight, 12:01 tonight. So I think like another 1.5 million people in the province go into complete lockdown tonight at 12:01 a.m. Like complete. Like we're talking, you're not allowed to have people over to your house. The only time you can go outside is for necessities. No social interaction. Oh, it's just brutal. No. This having nobody over your house, like Manitoba, Winnipeg, no one's allowed in your house. Alberta, no one's allowed in your house. I think BC, I don't know exactly what they've done in BC yet, but they're going to do something crazy like that. I think there's about 4 million people or 3 million people in Ontario right now that are in absolute complete lockdown. So Christmas is canceled. You're not allowed to have any Christmas festivities. No family, no visiting. And you're going to have to pretty soon get papers to travel. They're not going to force you to take the vaccine, which I'm pro-vaccine, YouTube. Just remember that. I'm pro-vaccine, YouTube. So I don't think I'm telling it's bad. I'm not saying don't get the vaccine. I'm not saying that. But if you don't get it, you're not going to have banking. You're not going to be able to go to the hospital, dentist, shopping. You're not going to be able to freely travel, go to theaters, concerts, you know. Not allowed to do any of that. So, but they're not going to force you to get the vaccine. But if you don't get it, papers, please. Oh. I know. Will things ease in the spring of 2021? I have no idea. I haven't predicted that far out yet. I got a couple ideas of what is going to unravel in the coming spring. Actually, starting in January, I think we're going to start seeing is mass bankruptcies. I know here in town, the amount of places closed. You drive down through, like the amount of stores now, it's climbing. Like I noticed going through, there was a new one that was gone, that the place was empty. So there are stores that are starting to disappear on Main Street here. And nobody's moving in. Like it's just the windows are either whited over, or paper, or they're just gone or empty. You just look in and it's empty. Pretty soon, I'm going to make a big stretch here, but what I saw in Venezuela last year, my trips, where there was like abandoned buildings, and ironically, folks, Venezuela, all the big stores left, and the only thing left were little stores. And we're doing the opposite. We're destroying the little stores, and the only thing that's going to be left is the big stores. But so it's going to be like a lot of empty little places, which ironically in Venezuela it's the complete opposite. The big stores left because of the currency. They couldn't get the currency out of the country, so they just stopped. They just pulled out because they couldn't yank the profits out of the country because of capital controls. And all that's left is little operators, like that little hardware store, that I went to in Bocono, reminds me of like the 70s here in Canada. They're sort of, that's why, the crisis, they're not going to see it like we are because they've been living it for 20 years. It's the place I want to be when the feces hits the spinning blades moving the air. So no, the banks won't take any loss because the government will bail them out with our tax dollars. That's how it works, Mr. Online. No, the banks aren't going to lose anything because they will sell the toxic assets to the government in the form of a bailout, because there was a term invented in 2008, too big to fail. So, but the amount of bankruptcies, because you think about it, if you were a small business, and I was a small business owner in this town for 22 years, is that I couldn't imagine, I actually count my blessings that I lost everything years ago and did my pre-crisis crash before everybody else did, and got ready to live a meager, minimal life, but is if you had a business and then they close you down, so then you're in the first crunch of your business, then you go and take a loan against your house or line of credit or whatever, and you update your business to go by all the new regulations to operate. So you spend $50,000, $100,000 to upgrade your business so that you can operate in these new regulations. You've gone into debt. You've wasted more equity of your life, your wealth, whatever you had left, in these lines of credit or whatever you did to get your hands on this money to upgrade your business. And then the government turns around after you've upgraded your business and closes you down again. Well, now and it's Christmas, the busiest time of the year. So Christmas is over. It's the only thing you were hoping for to help make this payment on this debt you took on to conform to these new regulations, and they closed you down. So now what happens in January? What happens in February when you finally get to reopen? Can you reopen? Will you be able to reopen? The banks foreclosing on you, or the banks putting demand notes, or the banks putting a writ of seizure on your property because you took a mortgage on your house. This is going I have flashback memories to how that unfolds because I went through it with my business. So, and then as far as the banks, here's another one. Here's an interesting one because the banks in the spring got tens of billions from the government here in Canada. Anyways, okay, tens of billions in the government. And they came out with this COVID relief where you could defer your mortgage. You could get a 50% reduction in your credit card interest rates. You could actually defer your credit card payment rates. There's all kinds of deals they did. Well, in September, they did a 3-month extension, so November, and now all the banks have scrubbed Covi relief from their websites. And any link that's on their website about Covi relief links to the federal government now. There is so you pay, right, as far as the bank is concerned, everything is back to normal, and you pay all your interest payments, no mortgage deferrals, zero relief from the banks. But they got billions in the spring from the government. But yet if you want to talk to someone in the bank, you can't see anybody in the bank because they've still got social distancing and virtual meetings only. So it's still Covi inside the bank, but outside the bank, everything's normal, and you must pay full price for everything. So, I got to get a drink of water. It's interesting times, folks. Interesting times. But, it's like, what a time to be alive to watch this unfold. What's even scarier is going to the store. And, I'm pro-mask, don't get me wrong. Just seeing people in the store, wearing masks. I don't wear a mask, though. Look at this, the dog, eh? Look at this. He's like, oh, come on, more treats. Come on, give me a treat. All right, I'll give you a treat. More treats for the dog. Hey, how can you not give a dog? Look at this. He's getting old, eh, folks? Here, I'm going to give you a close-up. Hey? Look at the gray on his face, eh? He's getting so old, and he's so crippled, folks. He's so crippled. He goes outside, and he can't do anything. He can't run. If he runs, he has permanent limp for days. And the thing is, I did it to him. It's the duck adventure that screwed the dog up. Like, he had a bad shoulder when I got him, but I really, he shouldn't have been a working dog because of his disability. And I worked him. Those years protecting all those ducks. And now he's crippled. Now you're crippled. Doug, relax here. I know, you can tell he loves his kangaroo. So I owe it to him right now to take care of him. Because he's a hurting dog, and it's because of me. Making you work so hard all those years running through the mud. And he can't help himself. He still turns on. Every time he goes outside, I open the door, instant fur goes up and goes woof woof. And right away, he goes into aggressive mode when you put him outside. He can't help himself. Can't help himself. I don't know, you can hear the crunch in here. He's loving it. No. Yeah, he was a born duck dog. He was. He was a natural. He goes to the pen now, and he's so calm, and Dot just freaks right out when he goes in the pen, and he just walks by Dot like she doesn't even exist. He doesn't even care. He doesn't even smell. It's so funny to watch him because he goes in the pen, and the ducks lose it, and he just he's oblivious to them. But he's watching. He's watching the perimeter. He's watching the sky and the crows and barking and running it's like, and we had coyotes and foxes that were coming through and leaving lots of scent. That was actually a real big problem because what was happening, I was letting them out, and because the foxes and the coyotes were here at night, the yard stunk, and he would run around so much around the property that he'd blow his shoulder just from running around smelling. I've been using the CBD oil on him. I bought a big jug of glucosamine, which he's been 3 weeks now, and a big jug of CBD oil, 2 jugs of CBD oil and 1 big jug of glucosamine. And I've been doing that every day with his food for 3 weeks, and it's not helping. Oh. Yeah, I know, the mass in it. You could buy one of those paintball masks. That would be another idea, paintball mask. Oh. Here we got the Cafe de Bocono. I didn't go. I don't think I never went to Cafe de Bocono. Magnolia spray is what I use to keep the bugs off them. They use it for horses. No, it's at the garage. It's over the garage. It's Magnolia. Horse places sell it because they use it for stable flies that drive the horses nuts. A gator. I don't know what a gator is. Oh. Oh, I see a question. Do I think this is going to be worse than the Great Depression? Yes, it is going to be, I think, wow, it is the Great Reset, folks. There's something really big cooking. Think about it. This is a worldwide. Think about how do you get every government to do this? Oh, I'm sorry to hear about your puppy, Miss Scott Girl. That sucks. I can relate to that. I've had to do that. It's a good way to ruin well, the only way I've ever snapped out of it is getting to the puppy. Actually, Doug was the longest I've ever gone between dogs. 2 months. I usually last a couple days, and I'm out. I got another puppy in my hands. Sheila, China's already here. They've been here for a while. Like, they made a deal with Nixon and Kissinger back in the 70s, okay? This is a 50-year deal that's been going on. They own all governments, Earl. All of them. Everything. Think about it. Like, every government's following the same book, the same, it blows me away, actually. But except for Venezuela right now, here's something interesting for you, folks. Venezuela, for the month of December, has no restrictions. They can travel all over the country. Nothing's closed. It's open for the whole month of December because Covi is exempting them for Christmas. Okay? They have different, and when they do have quarantine deal down there, it's a week on, week off because COVID's only dangerous every second week. So it's the same narrative from most of the governments because they're all reading the same book, Christina. And the book was originally printed in Mandarin. No. No. Yes, that's minor. You know what? I'm really shocked the amount of people in chat that are awake to this. Gives me hope for humanity, folks. Like, really. Because I was starting to lose a lot of hope. I don't have a lot of hope in this area, trust me. So, but I'm not kidding you. When I go out to the store, and I don't go very often because I'm almost self-sufficient here as far as not having to deal with society, and so I only go to town maybe every 2 weeks, if that. And when I go, I come home so depressed because it's like, it's sad because I'm the only person not wearing a mask. And that's depressing, folks. Trust me. When you go to the store and you're the only person, and everybody gives. I did have one lady. This is a good. I'll tell you a story. It was so funny. I think she was a liberal. Canadian Tire. So I go to Canadian Tire. I forget what I was buying. I needed something from Canadian Tire. Oh, CLR. I had to go to get CLR because I had to clean up some things here because like I'm home to sell the house. I'm keeping everything like sparkling here all the time. So I needed some CLR. And and I'd gone in there before, a week before, and the same cashier served me. So you're going to love this one. So I don't have a mask on. So she serves me the first time, and she told me to stand behind the plastic. She was like terrified of me. So I stood behind the plastic, and I gave her Covi cash, okay, like polymer coated Covi cash, okay, and she took it and gave me change back. So I was back in the store like I don't know, 3-4 days later to get the CLR, and I go to town straight there. I'm doing nothing else, straight to the store, straight back, and same cashier. And this time, she tells me, the store, the owner has made it clear you can't come into the store without a mask. I said, I can't wear a mask. She goes, they don't care. I said, I had COVID in the spring and I lost a lung and I can't wear a mask. And she goes, well, then don't come into the store. That was her answer. I told her, like, I lost a lung. I only have one lung because COVID took the other one and I can't wear a mask. And she didn't care. She just, don't come in the store. I'm like, talk about heartless. Like, she didn't even hesitate and say, oh, I'm sorry to hear about your loss of your lung due to COVID. Nothing. Like, it was just instant. You can't come into the store. Don't come in the store, she said. It's like, get somebody else to come in. I was like, I just told you I lost a lung. And it didn't even, like, it was like right over her head, okay? Like, but I didn't lose a lung. I just refused to wear a mask. I have a disability. I normally say I have a disability, so. No. They're just, Rebecca, afraid. The fear. Because when I'm walking around the store, oh, that's another thing too. People are saying hi to me, and I don't know who they are. And I'm like, okay, like, they're going, oh, hi, Matt. And I'm like, I'm looking at them. I don't know who you are. You got a mask? Take your freaking mask off so I can see who you are, and I'll say hi back. And I'm like, I'm sure, hello. Like, everybody, like, I'm not kidding you. I was like, all these people saying hi to me by my name. And I'm like, who are you? It's like, it's not fair. They know who I am, but I don't know who they are. Oh. Anyways, what a crazy world. Crazy world, folks. But, you know, I'm not saying it's a hoax, YouTube. The virus is real, and wear a mask. And the election was real, just so everybody knows that. No. Well, other than that, everything's all right. That's it. I just wanted to do a quick chat with you, let you know I'm here, and, you know, do a little bit of shenanigans and silly stuff, and let you know I haven't lost my sense of humor. And Doug's all right. He's here. He's lazy because of his crippled situation. doing a lot of sleeping, a ton of sleeping. He's sticking right now because he thinks there's a possibility he'll get more treats. Normally by now he would lose his attention and he'd be on the couch and gone. No. No. I was reading some interesting stats. Did you know the flu season in 2017? I didn't know this. In the flu season of 2017, 2018, that the government set up military medical tents outside the hospitals. I didn't know that, you know? Like, there was actually more people sick in 2017, 2018 from the flu than is right now. I was actually looking at the rate of death in the US over the last 10 years, and right now it's actually below the normal rate of death right now in the US. It was like 2.9 million people died in 2019, and right now it's only at 2.5 million people in 2020. And I was looking at StatsCan site for the last 6 years of deaths from StatsCan, but it only went up till September the 15th, and we're at the lowest point of the last 7 years in death rates. So I don't know what's going on here, how people can believe this. Like, I thought, really, honestly, at the beginning, I thought this was really real when I was watching those videos in February when I got back from Venezuela and I was laying in bed sick with Covi, that, you know, those people dropping dead in China, and they were hauling people off and, you know, in dog vans and, you know, welding people into their apartments. And I think, my God, this is real. You know, I better buy some protection equipment before there's none available, which I did. Thankfully, I did. And then I realized, oh, this is like this. No one's dropping dead, and it's all a hoax. But it's real, YouTube. Just let you, it's real. I slipped on the hoax word. You know. People don't research anything. It's not research, Mr. Illusion. It's not research. It's not that. It's not research. No, because a lot of people don't know how to research. Like, seriously, people do not know how to use a keyboard and enter stuff into a search engine. They don't know. I don't know what it is. It's like, it's amazing, you know, how they can have this powerful, the world's largest library attached to their lives, and they can't access it. It blows me away. So it's they don't question anything. Nobody questions anything anymore. That's what I don't understand. Like, how did they make society so stupid? Like, it's unbelievable. Like, you know? Like, that's what I understand. My stepdaughter's grandmother died of Covi in January, also known as a severe case of the flu. So, and she was 99. She had so many years left to go, but it was the flu. But they called it Covi, even though she was on her ventilator for 10 days. She was on the ventilator in January. Oh. But nobody asked questions. Like, nobody. They just take it what you're told. Like, you know, like, it's like, and it's like, and it's like, and if it's unbelievable, they don't, well, it's only unbelievable if it goes against the MSN narrative, you know, and it's like they hear it on the news and you say something contradictory to the news, and it's like they instantly call you, well, an anti-vaxxer, which I'm not, okay, because I've had, you know, all my vax shots for polio, yellow fever, Hep B, C, you know, from traveling. I did my vaxes, but they're all very old vaccines. They've been around for a long time, and, you know, there's not one that has been rushed in a 7-month trial, you know? Like, how old were your uncles? Did they have any comorbidities? That's what I'd like to know. Was there anything else wrong with them? Were they perfectly healthy 50-year-olds that just up and died? You know? The Hong Kong flu. What was the other one? The Hong Kong flu. There was one in 58 also. There was another big flu in 58. That was another bad one. 58, 59. You know? And that one was worse than the Hong Kong. Oh. Okay, if you question, oh, I'm telling you, don't question the government. Don't question the government. You know? And if you question, my God, want to get a hammer come down onto you? Well, I quit. I quit talking to people. See, I can talk to you right now because if I don't like it, I can just end the stream and walk away if people irritate me. But in person, I just try not to do anything because it's like I'm just surrounded. Like I just shake my head. And then they wear the mask. They got a black mask. Like I don't know about you, but if you're gonna wear a mask, wouldn't you want it a light color to see if it's dirty? But they're like wearing these dark color masks to hide the dirt. You know, like you know. Like, I don't understand that. Why would you want to put a dirty, or you see the mask laying on the dash of their vehicles, and they lay them down face side down that goes against your face. So you got the dust to your dash right on your face. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Because I've used like respirators many times in my life, and I'm a fanatic for washing them. Like, when I finish with them, I just take them all apart and I wash them and let them dry out because I know they get dirty inside and your breath. And it's like I've used them enough for hours. Like wearing them for a whole day of sweating, you really, you wash them. You take, because it's like you're breathing and it's to protect your lungs. And these people are wearing these dirty masks and they handle them with their hands. And also, why isn't there biohazard garbage cans outside the stores for all these gloves and dirty masks? Like, if it's such a biohazard, this dangerous virus, why is there not biohazard waste garbage cans outside of stores? That's another question. Or I like another one too. I saw this comment. This was a good comment. People saying, the environment, because we're going through this big carbon tax thing up here right now. And they're raising our taxes more, and they're the carbon or the one person said, "Well, I gave up straws to save the environment," and I'm laughing to myself. I'm thinking straws, but every day they're throwing out 3 masks that are full of microplastics. Okay. Like their masks, they're putting more plastic into the landfill site from their masks. That giving up straws has no effect in their life. But if you're painting a car, Carl, I wouldn't use an N95 mask. I'd use a respirator. That's what I do. Yeah, I know killings. The hills they pick to die on, eh? But like I said, people can't research. They can't research. That's the problem. No, Earl, I haven't acquired any more assets in Venezuela because I'm trapped here. I've been sending money down, but it's to send the money. I sent a bunch of money down for Christmas to them, I sent money to Abram, sent money to Caesar and his wife and his child, sent some money to Judith. I'm trying to get money to Angie, but Angie's internet's so bad I'm having a hard time connecting with her because I wanted to give us some Christmas present. Because they're doing real bad, folks. Oh, like real bad. Actually, I'll tell you how bad things are down there. Let me just pull that up so I can give you an up-to-date how bad it is down there. It's bad. So the exchange rate, okay? The exchange rate now is 1,089,313 to $1 US. A million. Well, I'll show it to you instead of telling you. Okay. There you go. $1. 1,089,313.96. Okay. So consider that. When I went down in last June, it was 7,000 to 1, and then it was 7,000, and then my next trip was, I think it was 20,000, and the next trip was 70,000, So since January, because January was 70,000 to 1 in January. So since January of this year, 11 months, 70,000 to 1 to 1,089,000 to 1. So to give you an idea, like Abram's pension, because they raised his pension to 350,000. So his pension, he was up to, it was about $12 a month buying power is what he had on his pension. Considering 10 years ago it was 5,000 a month. So it was $12 a month buying power. Right now his pension is roughly 35 cents a month is what his pension is, purchasing power. Could you imagine that? So your pension 10 years ago was $5,000 purchasing power, and today it's 35 cents a month purchasing power. You know? Think about that. So. Okay. So like I've been sending money through MoneyGram. I lose about 20% on the exchange rate, but you know. How do people survive? That's a difficult adventure. It's just the human spirit, you know. They manage. Earl, I'm trying to get a hold of Angie. Like I said, I'm trying to get, because they have to open up a bank account of Italia Combo so I can send MoneyGram money to them. And Angie has disappeared for 5 days. So, but Angie up the mountains, the internet's really bad up there. Yeah, Carl, but in the cities, you can't grow your own food. It's a tough situation. In the mountains, like up in Bocono, Santa Cruz, at the farm, you know, their food's not a problem. They're growing it like crazy up there. In the city, different story. But the inflation's crazy. I know when I send them money, Christmas there, they were really happy. Because I felt sorry for them that, you know, like things are real bad. Because they had their election, I think December 10th, or December 6th, they had their election. And the currency, in the 2 weeks before the election, the currency just got destroyed. Because it was 700,000, and then it went to $1 million in like less than 2 weeks. Oh. The thing is, they're not even printing money, killing. They're not even printing money. That's the crazy part. There is no physical money in the country. This is total manipulation. There is actually no physical money, like none. Like it's not like there's wheelbarrow, like when I was in Brazil in the 90s and they had hyperinflation and they were printing currency like no tomorrow, and big denomination bills, and there was paper everywhere. Venezuela has no paper. It's all done via digital, like Interact type transactions, debit card. Oh, free spirit. Frustrated is an understatement. Oh. From what I heard, Rebecca, the grocery stores are fully stocked. There's food, but the prices change every day. Oh. But everything's done via text, phone banking. It's actually it's quite a neat system they have, because you link your phone number to your bank account and then you do text to other people, and that's how you send money to everybody. It's via text. So if you have somebody's phone number, then you can go into your bank account on your phone and you send literally a monetary text. And then the other person gets a text telling them that the money was deposited in their bank account. I don't know how Apple Pay works, so I know the price of bacon has gone through the roof here in Canada. I had to buy bacon, and my slabs of bacon that I was paying $11.97 for are now $14.97. That's just this year. They've gone up $3. Text money to you, Free Spirit? I can't, because I don't have that system here in Canada. Oh. but they're hurting down there. But the weather though, oh man, their weather's so much better than mine. Oh, every time I open my page for their weather, and it's for my weather, and I have their weather bookmarked on my browser, and it depresses me. Oh. Bacon's $6 a pound here. Actually, it's more than that. It's 7 something for a pound. Oh, hello Romania. But 14.97 for a kilo, 2.2 pounds. But that's the premium, which I always tell everybody it's cheaper to buy the premium than it is regular bacon because they're selling, I think it's 647 or something for 375 grams. Not even a full pound, like 12 ounces of bacon. The bacon indicator of inflation. But that's the only thing I got to buy is bacon because I got everything else. 2021 predictions, Pete? Well, I don't know. Do you want to be depressed? I've got some ideas. Massive bankruptcies, like we've never seen before. Businesses closing at a rate we've never seen before. A banking crisis that the government's going to print worldwide trillions of dollars and give it to the banks. The U.S. deficit was going to hit 10 trillion. What else? Canada could probably hit $1.5 trillion in debt. What are there? And we might have some kind of freedom by July of 2021. How? We might. I think the honestly, my theory, it's a theory, thesis, idea, opinion. I don't think the vaccine is going to go anywhere. Because I was reading Morgan Stanley, the bank, and I have a tendency to read bank projections because the banks are playing with money and they like to be right because it's money, not like the government. And Morgan Stanley did their model on the virus showed that we're going to have herd immunity of 70% by May 2021 in North America. Okay? So if we have herd immunity by May 2021, why do we need the vaccine? It's going to be a tough bill to sell. So, you know. So much stuff is on, you can't even, you can try to guess what's going to happen. Try to guess. You know. The UK is going to be screwed after no deal. I don't know. I think they don't need a deal. They're going to deal with the world. You know. Right now, my birds are giving me, for over the last month, I'm lucky to get 1 egg a day right now. That's it. They're on egg holiday right now, the birds. Egg holiday. So. I want to qualify. I'm not a Trumper, okay, but I am a believer in the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and I am really worried if Trump does not get back in. I am not gonna lie. I've been actually after Friday night, the Supreme Court. Now they're going to refile. What I've read so far is they're going to refile the lawsuit because it's a technicality that it got thrown out on Friday. So they're going to forget the they dismiss the standing, but there's another way they can file it. So this week, another crazy week. I'm not gonna lie, I was Friday night when I read that. Yesterday, I was not a very happy person yesterday because the fact that, just this stuff that's going on. And the fact that YouTube now, you're not allowed to, here's something crazy, folks. Think about this. For 3.5 years, YouTube, and, that's how Trump won. For 3.5 years, okay? But now if you say that about, China and the Democrats, you literally, well, actually, your video will get removed, but on January the 5th, you'll get a strike on your account if you put videos up questioning the election as of the 5th of January, and you'll actually get a strike. But from now till the 5th of January, they're just going to take the videos down. So, and then you're only allowed, I was reading the YouTube guidelines on the community guidelines now, and YouTube is only going to promote authoritative, I love that, authoritative. Doesn't that sound friendly, warm, democratic, authoritative news services. Oh. Mindy, you know what? Mindy, you've shortened your name. You've changed your username. It's shortened. Where's the Patriot Angel part gone off your name? But anyways, I think right now the Democratic Party is warming the bus up. I think the buses in the parking lot, and they're revving her up, getting her nice and warm. And I think they might even have a Bush bar on front of the bus. Because if you think about this, back in October, when the laptop came out, and the Associated Press said that it was a non-story, it was Russian misinformation, and they weren't going to cover it, and they just said it was a non-story. There was no story here to be told, so they weren't going to cover it, the laptop. But now, in the last week, Associated Press now is publishing. Well, I've read 3 articles now in Associated Press on Hunter Biden under investigation, and his business dealings with Burisma and the Chinese. And CNN's even talking about it. And I'm thinking, okay, so they must have the bus warm enough to get some speed up to run Joe over, okay? Like, I still don't think it makes any sense. Because they're all of a sudden now, it's like they're loading both barrels on poor old Joe, Like, that's my thought. Here's another one too. I thought about this. I haven't heard anybody talk about this in our articles. But what if he doesn't even make it to inauguration? Like, what is if he doesn't even make it to inauguration? Like I know the VP replaces the president, but what happens if the president doesn't make it? The president-elect doesn't make it to become the president. Does the vice president still become the president? Like, that's like, think about it. There's still how many days? There's like 5 weeks to go. What can happen in 5 weeks? What if Bidet doesn't make it all the way? Like, if he doesn't make it there because of all the stuff coming out right now, because I don't know how he can get security clearance. Like, how do you get security clearance when your son is doing business deals with the Chinese? And then there's the videos out there of that Chinese professor that did that big speech at the political theater there, that bragging about how they had the top echelons of power under their control. So how, what I mean? Like, AG Barr is not Trump's guy. If you think that Trump's got any people, and you think Trump is alone, like, what Trump had? I'll tell you what Trump had, okay? Trump had a chainsaw, and he had a smartphone. One man, chainsaw, smartphone. And all he managed to do was clear cut the bush around the swamp. Now, because he couldn't drain it, he needed an excavator. to drain it. And he doesn't have an excavator. He's one man. And he had a chainsaw and a smartphone. He cut all the trees down. We got to see the swamp. We got to see the corruption. We got to see who's really real, who's what, who's a demo, who's a rhino, and who's a Republican, and who's a fraud and who isn't. Like, we got to see it. Well, look at the latest. He wanted to repeal Section 230, and he was going to veto the NDA, and the rhinos in Congress gave a veto majority on the bill that, because they refused to put the repeal of Section 230 so that the platforms can be sued, turn them into publishers. Like, it's like everybody's against them. Like, everybody. It's so crazy. It's like, and the insubordination, where he issued that executive order to pull out of Afghanistan, and the Pentagon just refused to listen to his executive order. Like, he issued an executive order back, 2018, to pull everybody out of Afghanistan, and the Pentagon just ignored it. Like, like I said, folks, he had a chainsaw and a smartphone. That's all he had. And I think, honestly, I think that he got 90 million votes. That's what I believe. I know it's a high number, but I find it hard to believe a man in his basement can get even 60 million votes, okay? Let alone 80, Like, I find it really hard. Like, the guy, well, he did the Thanksgiving live stream where Joe was on the internet doing live stream, and I went on, I clicked on it, I wanted to see, and there was 1,000 people watching Joe Biden do a live stream of Thanksgiving Day. 1,000 people online. How many people would be online streaming if it was Trump? Okay? So you're telling me a guy who gets 1,000 live stream, 1,000 people live streaming, is watching his live stream, gets 80 million votes. And plus he didn't need the votes, right, Patty? I know. He didn't need the votes. And they that quote about the most sophisticated voter fraud operation? They keep forgetting there's 3 words before that. Is Obama put it together. Because the quote is broken up. I watched the video twice, and there's a spot, like he takes a breath, a pause when he says it, but he says Obama put together, Obama, I forget the exact word, but Obama's name, there was 3 words, Obama was one of the words, and then he takes a breath, and then he says, we put together the voter fraud. Actually, I just shared a video. I wonder if I can share, I probably did. I can do this. Let me see, I'm gonna share something with you. Obama admitting that he would like a 3rd term. With a puppet, with an earpiece, taking orders. I'm going to share this with you in chat. I came across this one today. I'm a little addicted to this, folks, because I'm in Covi land. Much else for me to do. I have nothing else to do, actually, because I'm stuck here. No. Okay, so this, will it go through? Will it let me? Because I couldn't post it. Okay, did that work? Because you know what, Twitter blocked me. I tried to put somebody quoted something on my channel, and I tried to post a link on my own channel, and YouTube wouldn't even let me post a link on my own channel. See if that works. Tell me, did it work? Because they blocked me last week. I couldn't even post links on my own channel to somebody that was quoting. It worked? Okay, so Obama, he's going to be that's his 3rd term. Yeah, anyways, folks, it's crazy stuff. But I believe, based on, one, just the rock star, rallies that he did, and the way the guys greeted around when he goes places, that he got 90 million votes. But the problem is, he's one man with a chainsaw and a smartphone. And I don't know what it's going to take for him to go scorched earth. I don't know why. It's like maybe they got some kind of master plan and it's all by law, but They're going to, by the rule of law. But I think the guy should go in the White House, go do a live stream on his channel, and just call the Patriots to load up and come to Washington. Website is non-existing. Tom, what are you talking about? It didn't work? What are you talking about? Hang on here. I'm going to click on it and see if it works here. I got it. Works for me. What are you talking about, Tom? I just clicked on it. It works. So you're on glue. Cheap epoxy cement. Anyways. Oh yeah, Trudeau. I read an article. I don't know the validity of it, but Trudeau was talking about mail-in voting for potentially an election during Covi. So that $2 a gallon, I wish I was paying that. You know what? We just found out that they're got the carbon tax. They want to raise our gas tax on carbon by 38 cents a liter. So I want to tell you, Americans, just how much money that is. Okay, so they want, right now it's $1.30 for a liter, $1.30 for a liter of super, and they want to add 38 cents to it. Okay, that's $1.68 a liter times 3.71 for a U.S. gallon, $6.23 a gallon. Okay, so I just go in U.S. dollars. $4.67 a U.S. gallon is what they want to raise our gas to up here. Because if you pay more for gas, you'll save the environment. Well, I'm telling you, folks, it's crazy. But I'm really, I'm really happy with the Duck Adventure here. So many people awake. You have restored my faith in human race, folks. I'm telling you. Oh. Why don't I make YouTube videos anymore? Because I'll tell you, it's hard. And I was actually talking to somebody about this. And I'm gonna share some insight with you, okay? Okay, so I told a story. Doing YouTube videos is telling a story, okay? And the story is, I had a lot of creativity for a lot of years, because I did it for 7 years. I told stories, okay? But I was starting to burn out, and then I had my accident with a concussion, and then I was really getting burned out with when I had my concussion in January 2017. I was starting to get really burned out. Then the concussion hit, and I went to live streaming, and live streaming gave me all new energy because I was doing videos and telling the story. It was getting harder to get creative to make the videos because it's just a lot of work. Creativity is not easy, folks. So the live streaming gave me a breath of fresh air and excitement and creativity. So then I ran with that, and I had a lot of fun with the live streaming. And then we got attacked by the vegans, and they took the fun right out of it. And then it was like, oh, I can't even do anything now because the vegans are going to attach me again, and I can't, take a chance getting 1,200 ducks here, and then have the vegans take my channel out. And then I was pretty well okay. They destroyed my business model. And then I made the decision that I'm leaving the country, that I'm going to follow my dream, and it's time for me to go do something. And I really want to get to Venezuela because I want to do something very similar to the Duck Adventure in Venezuela, and I want to share it. It's a different story, and I feel very creative about it because it's going to be so exciting because it's so brand new to me, and it's my dream of living in South America and getting out of here. And I'm really looking forward to it. And that the creativity inside of me is like, I can feel it. but I'm trapped here right now. And it's like my life is on pause. But to make videos about ducks, I don't know what I can tell you. Like, I can't think of anything to talk about. Like, I've talked about ducks for 7 years. I got nothing left of me, to talk about. I can't. I would have to make things up. I would have to lie, and I'm not going to get up just to. And plus, I'd have to be fake. I'd have to be really, really fake, you know. And I'm not fake person. Either I be honest or I don't do anything. That's the way it is. Duck psychology. Yeah, no, I want. I have a. I have. Well, I have an idea of what I want to do in my future, and I'm excited about it. And as soon as I get back to Venezuela, as soon as they allow me to go back to Venezuela, and I get out of here, and I sell this place, and I will, I will do one awesome story down there, because I'm like, folks, I have so many ideas for down there, because one is Venezuela. Nobody knows anything about Venezuela. Like, that's the best part about this, is that nobody knows anything about it, and what they do know is lies, and I know, what's going on in the world. Kim, there's more to Matt than ducks. Trust me. I have passion, and I know how to research, and I love reading about what's going on in the world, and I'm extremely awake, okay, and Venezuela is the perfect place, because it's like nobody's going there. Like, I saw that last year. It was I was so excited. You could tell by my videos last year, how excited I was, because it was so cool. Well, one, to be the only gringo. That's the thing. Like, to stick out like that, I felt so awesome to be the only gringo. Like, to have nobody there, like, and to be treated so well, because there's no gringos there, and like, people treated you special, because one, they respected you for the fact that you're a gringo in their country, when their country has such a bad reputation on the media, and they're just thankful that you had that you didn't listen, and you came and discovered, what the country's like, and the people are amazing, and they're just, I can't say enough good things about it. And I want to show the world, what it's really like. Because I've seen other people doing videos on Venezuela, and it's like, I'm watching them, and I'm like, oh my God. It's like, they really play on the negative part of it to get the clicks on the video, instead of, because, misery loves company, and, misery gets the most clicks. But good news, nobody wants to hear it, But I want to show the good news part, And I plan on it. I really plan on it. Like, I've already talked. I've been talking to two satellite internet companies down in Venezuela, so that I can have high speed, reliable internet for uploading. It's like $40 a month, and I get a good fast connection for uploading, 7 megabytes upload speed, which is lots. So I'm not going to be at the whim of internet. I'm going to have a satellite connection. So, it's going to be a business, which, $40 a month is a lot of money down there. But it's for the business of sharing, because I want to share what it's like down there. And I want to travel, I've got, lots of ideas to travel around the whole country and show pieces of Venezuela that nobody's ever seen. Because it's going to be new to me, so I'm going to be really excited, because life's going to be like a holiday, And I want to start like a food co-op in the mountains, because I know no matter what happens, you're gonna have to grow and raise your own food in the future. That I know. I've been working, been doing that since 2011, myself personally here in Canada, And thank God I've been doing it because this year, you know, I think about my garden and my chickens I did this year. I did it as a mate just in case I got stuck here for winter, and I was so oh, I was a good call, put it that way. Oh, I haven't done any work on my property in Kumina, not at all. So they're watching it, making sure it's all good for me. Look at this, like treats, give me a treat. Aw, what is it, little dog? Hey, what is it? What do you want? Oh, Doug. You know what time it is? 6 o'clock. It's supper time. He's not doing this because he wants treats. He wants supper. Doug's on a new diet this year. But chicken, raw chicken, and veggies, and he loves it. And it's every night around this time. Because it's 6 o'clock right now for me here, 6:10. Which some people might be confused because it's 5:10, but I'm 6:10. Because here's another thing I'm defying this year. I have not changed my time for daylight savings time. I am still on old time. So I have made, that's another thing I decided this year because I had enough of this Covi crap they're doing to us. Like I'm not changing the time. So I have successfully, so far, I'm still on old time. So, but I had to change all my computers actually I had to change it to Caracas because Windows Update keep changing my. I come down and go, what time is that? Time can't be right. So I'm being a real rebel this year. No mass, and I didn't change the time. No. So Doug and I right now it's supper time. It's 6 o'clock here, and Doug wants to eat. Yes, I'm on Venezuelan time. Yes, I am, Kim. Because at least they're saying they don't change their time down there. Never have. But they're saying next year they might not change the time here. Ontario has a private members bill that if New York, what was it, New York and somewhere else, if they agree to it, they're not going to change our time here. Well, daylight savings time is a big, it screws your life up. For what? You know? I know one thing, I like it at night because I can actually, like, when the time changed there and everybody was getting dark at 4:30 and I was outside working at 6 o'clock going, you know, like, this is great. You still get things done. No. Anyways, that's what I did as a protest. My stand on protest this year, so, you know. I need sunlight during the day. Right now we're living this dark, gloomy life up here. For the next month, it's going to be brutal. This is the worst month coming up right now. This is the most depressing 30 days is coming up. Shortest day of the year. 2 weeks on either side of it sucks. Oh. I don't know. No, the time wasn't changed for farmers. That's another urban legend. Oh. Farmers don't care what the clock says, folks. I got news for you. I worked as a kid with the farmers. They don't even look at clocks, okay? They go by what the sky, the sun. You keep working until it's dark. Like the cows, eh? The cows, they all knew, you know, what time it was. We have to change the time for the cows. Oh. Yes, Richard, we have snow. We've had snow here actually for over 3 weeks. But it's melted. We've had a couple of melts. So we're down to like about 2 inches on the ground right now. I think the shortest day starts the night of the 21st, Carl. I think it's like 2 in the morning or something. On the something, it's that night. Oh. It's like, girls like changing the time, we're doing it for the ducks. The ducks, they're still on old time too. I haven't changed any of my clocks. You know. Like Doug, right now, if I change the time, he'd be bothering me at 5 o'clock to eat, instead of 6 o'clock. You know. I'd have to go on the daylight saving or the daylight site there and put my latitude in to see, but maybe it's 2 a.m. on the 20th. You know. Yeah, late December and January. The next 30 days, Rebecca. The next 30 days sucks. It's 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after. It sucks. And then around the middle of January, you notice the days starting getting longer. It's like you notice it. It's like, yeah, the days are getting longer. It's freaking cold, but you notice, like, yeah, they are getting longer. But folks, I'm really happy. I'm glad I did this live stream. I really am, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I was getting pretty depressed because I was feeling like I was all alone, because I go to town and I'm the only person not wearing a mask in every store I go to, and I get the craziest looks, and I feel that I was like all alone on on a little island in the bush with the ducks, and just Doug and I know nobody else willing to make a stand and not wear a mask. So it was really nice seeing so many people in the chat tonight that are awake. You made me proud. You did. I'm proud. I have the Duck Adventure has a whole bunch of people that are awake. That is so awesome. It really is. And I can't thank you enough for that. You have no idea that how much it helped me. And I'm not lying. I'm not making this up either, because I am. I have been depressed because I felt so alone. But it's good to know that the duck people cannot be fooled. That makes me feel good. But I'm gonna go and get my supper happening, because it takes an hour and a half to cook my supper, and Doug wants to eat because he's underneath my desk pushing against my leg, and right now he's doing his paw clawing at my foot. And I'm going to do a little more now that I have resigned myself to the fact that I'm stuck in Covi prison. I'm going to do little chats with you. Keep in touch. We'll compare notes on the craziness that's going on, because I think life is going to get really crazy exciting and terrifying all at the same time in the next couple months. So, and I'll say good night. I say good night, and thanks for joining, and thanks for lifting my spirits, because like I said, I felt alone here, being in duck lockdown. The ducks they don't talk a lot. Doug doesn't wear a mask, so I was sort of it was playing on my head. So have a good night, everybody, and take care of yourself, and question everything and believe nothing.